A mechanic bought a vintage Cadillac at an estate auction, but when he removed the front seat, he found something that made him freeze and reach out to the previous owner immediately. Marcus Wheeler, a quiet car restorer from Michigan, had just brought home a dusty 1937 Cadillac. It wasn't his first classic car, but something about this one felt off. In his garage, Marcus slid into the front bench seat. It didn't move at all, even with the release lever. It was as if the seat was glued in place. He grabbed his pry tools and got to work. For nearly an hour, he struggled. Metal creaked, bolts snapped, then crack! The seat popped loose with a jarring sound. Dust flew everywhere. He reached underneath. His hand brushed something soft, leather, but not part of the car's design. His heart skipped. Slowly, he pulled out two heavy brown leather satchels. The clasps were corroded, the leather brittle, but they were intact. Marcus sat on the concrete floor and opened one of the bags. Inside, old photographs, yellowed letters, handwritten notes from 1932. But that wasn't what made him gasp. At the bottom of the satchel was a velvet pouch. Inside, pocket watches, dozens of them, some gold, some engraved. Beneath that, rings, brooches, cufflinks, jewelry worth tens of thousands, maybe more. The second bag held even more, and all of it looked untouched by time. Marcus knew he hadn't just found forgotten junk. He picked up the phone and called the auction house, asking for the previous owner. The call led him to an elderly woman. Her voice shook when he described what he'd found. It had belonged to her grandfather, Henry Lockridge, a jeweler during the Great Depression. He feared banks would collapse and thieves would rob his store, so he did the unthinkable. He hid his most valuable pieces inside his prized Cadillac, then forgot they were there. For 90 years, those bags sat beneath the seat, through family sales, through moves, through decades of silence. The discovery made local headlines. Appraisers were stunned. But Marcus, he didn't keep a single item. He returned everything to the family. "It never belonged to me," he told reporters. The Cadillac still sits in his garage. But to this day, Marcus says he sometimes wonders if there's more. Another hidden compartment, another layer to the story, because no one ever figured out why Henry Lockridge never came back for the fortune he hid.